My name is Peter Ogburn. I'm sitting in for Bill Press today. Brendan James, a.k.a. Deep_Beige on Twitter.
What's up?
Producer of Chapo Trap House and media writer. He's in studio for the hour. And our good friend Emma
Unemployed
Roller,
person.
Funemployed person, formerly of the New York Times. Emma Roller is in studio. I would tell you to follow her on Twitter, but she is no longer on Twitter.
Well, for the time being.
We're having a Twitter hiatus.
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
I'm doing a social media cleanse, actually.
Okay. Well, I actually want to ask you about this because I've seen a couple of people do this. They just it's just like too much to handle, or it's just too much. I mean, some people are getting too much abuse.
It's been an exhausting year.
It has been really, really exhausting. And honestly, I will say whatever peace I've been able to find with the election, every time I open up Twitter, it just goes away.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So why did you delete Twitter?
Right. It wasn't so
that
much.
That sounded judgy. That wasn't judgy. Why did you delete Twitter then?
No, I know. This is a safe space.
Oh,
right?
We're in a trust tree. Everybody's safe here. No problems at all. Yes, this is a sanctuary studio.
I deleted Twitter not because of like the harassment stuff, which I've like gotten before, and I mean you never really get used to it, but I just changed my notifications so I don't get like
anything from men
stuff from.
That would be smart.
That would be a great.
That'd be
feature.
a good filter.
That would be a great feature for Twitter to add. Jack Dorsey, if you're listening. Just like
big viewer of the show.
Yeah.
Watches all the
time. But no, yeah, it's been kind of an exhausting year. But I feel kind of guilty saying that because like my job wasn't harder than like many reporters' jobs, like people who were going to Trump rallies every single day and getting booed by thousands of people every day. I only did that like 3 times over the course of the campaign. But yeah, I mean, I took the election result hard, I guess. I was also alone in Tampa the day after the election, which was like...
Oof.
No one should ever be alone.
The only thing worse than that is alone in Gainesville. But that's bad.
I've been there. I was there too.
Oh,
like
no.
A few
I'm
weeks
sorry to hear that.
I feel like...
Elite media jump on their progressive shows and
That's
immediately
right.
bash real America.
Yeah,
Happy
right,
to be here and
apparently.
witness it. Yeah.
My parents
apparently.
lived in Gainesville, so I feel... Well, no. It was a lovely town, actually. But it was just like the isolation of like being there and... but just like endlessly scrolling through Twitter and everything like being worse than I'd even imagined. And it just got very overwhelming. And I had a very dark couple of weeks. And then I was just like, well, I can't go on this way. And I don't have a job right now. There's no real reason for me to be on Twitter, although it's like kind of the default way that media types network. And it's almost like our LinkedIn. With more
it's like
sarcasm.
AIM is how I think of it.
Yeah,
Remember AIM?
Yeah.
It's public AIM basically. You have your away messages when you do you link to a Linkin Park video to kind of let people know how you're feeling that day. And then otherwise you just talk about your feelings and stuff like that. But I actually do want to pick up on something Emma said because I think you're being too hard on yourself. You may not have been like as doing all the exact shoe leather reporting type stuff throughout the year, but like as far as Twitter goes, I'm just gonna not even bother.
Just lose that. Just lose it. You can just take it off.
You were left to more time on Twitter by default, and I don't think you sound like you're comparing the struggle of covering a campaign and flying from state to state to dealing with posts, but like. If you're on Twitter too much and if you have that time, it can be a very, very taxing and draining thing, as you've said. And as Peter said, especially after a big event happens and you log on, you're basically just barraged with like your own emotions or processing times 50 because you're seeing everyone else do it.
Yeah.
And like when
Rapid fire.
someone dies or something in your actual life and you see other people grieving, it enhances or deepens your own grief. Mm-hmm. And to not surround yourself with that every 5 minutes on your phone makes total sense.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that more people should be doing. Again, as I said off air, besides me, because I don't get mad.
I was gonna say you've had multiple requests to delete your account.
Well, that's strong.
Well, I mean, we see them. I mean, we shouldn't deny it.
People are
Dance
doing
around it. I mean, it happens
because they're saying you're making
on
the
an
rest of
hourly
us look
basis.
bad. Yeah, can you please just
yeah.
give some of us a chance to do a good tweet? And I go, I appreciate it, but you just keep up, and some people will make
you'll
it.
keep being like the pace car.
Exactly.
So you would never delete your account?
No, I would never because what that happens is as you guys have said, some people get upset.
Yeah.
And I've never been upset, and I never will be
Never.
upset. So I don't judge anyone else for that, but since it will never
I'm
happen to me,
perpetually upset.
like I can't imagine.
right?
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
like a
just-
hysterical.
It's a different lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you're always okay and feeling good like me, then you won't do it. So I'm not going to do it personally, but I can totally see why others would.
Yeah. You're far too enlightened. For
Exactly.
That. I think
Yeah,
that's
no.
a good way to put it.
I'm sort of in touch with a more like Mr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. Yeah.
In my
Your post
favorite
feelings.
Zack Snyder movie, Watchmen. Rent it tonight.